She's going to talk about what it's like to navigate singleness. Let's hear what she has to say, and I'll give my thoughts as we go. Let's get into it.
This morning I got up and I had a heated conversation with my girlfriend. First of all, I was like, it is the 4th of July and it's too early. Please don't call me pissing me off. But we were talking about dating. She and I are both nurses, but she's an advanced nurse. She's a nurse practitioner, and we were talking about just, navigating through dating at our age. I'm a little bit older than her. I think I'm about 13, 14 years older than her. But anyway, and we were just saying how hard it is. And so I was telling her that I just feel like men who, now for some reason they do the bare minimum. And she was like, well, here's the thing, Dana. She was like, you um make it seem like everything is okay. And I was like, what do you mean? I'm not understanding. She said, well, she was like, well, when men date you, you are very independent. She was like, it appears that you live well. She was like, it appears that you drive well. And maybe they think you don't need anything. And I was like, I'm trying to figure out how is that literally possible. I'm not saying that you come in and like pay all a woman's bills or whatever, but being a woman, it takes a lot. It does take a lot. And the thing about it is, when you come around a man, I know I do, I try to make sure my nails are done, you know, toes done, I'm looking decent, I'm dressed nice, smelling good. I partially invest in taking care of my body. But the thing about it is that I try to make sure I'm on point so that you're proud to be with me. And I try to be a good human. That's first and foremost. So all of this.
I already knew before we continue to hear what she has to say, right, that the moment she started and she said she had a heated conversation with her girlfriend, I already knew this was going to go downhill, right? Because nothing's going to come from a bunch of females having a heated argument about a particular situation. Just nothing. So where do I start? It's amazing, right? And I say this all the time. I give my wife game to give to her girly friends quite often. And one of the things I find myself telling her quite a bit, and I guess I'll start telling you guys as we do more of this sort of content, is the way a woman thinks is completely different to a way a man thinks. No, like that wasn't the mic drop though. Think about it this, right? Listen to what she said. She's living well, right? She's decently. She's got money. She's got a nice car, all this kind of stuff. And what did she say? When she goes on a date, when she goes to meet a guy, her mind is, I need to look good. I need to smell good, which obviously would go in line with the nice car she seems to have, and however, whether she's got a nice apartment or whatever. And these aren't necessarily the things that a good guy is focused on. A guy likes an attractive woman, yes, but an attractive woman isn't the big thing. It's not the be all and end all. And this is where you need to be careful as a woman. Don't project. Women like an attractive man. They'll tell you all sorts of stories, but they definitely like someone who's attractive. They like a man with money. Just because you have money and you are maybe attractive, or you spend time on all of that kind of stuff, that doesn't mean that's what a man wants. A man is looking for, especially a man who's looking to marry someone, he's looking for commitment, number one. He's looking for potential. Can we build something together? Are you going to be more trouble than the positives that you bring to the table? If a guy looks at a woman and he's like, you're going to be a lot of trouble, he will just X out and get rid of that situation as quickly as possible. So she, I don't think, thinks about it from this perspective, especially if she's always talking to female friends about why it's so hard. It doesn't need to be hard. If she came on this video and was like, look, I'm going out on dates, I'm meeting men, and I'm trying to present myself in a way, I'm actually doing the work, I'm doing the things which showcase that I can be a lifetime partner, someone who can build with you, not build against you, not say or act as if, as her own friend said, you probably go and meet guys and they think, well, you don't need any help. Why would a guy get that sort of messaging? Most likely because you are giving him that messaging. I don't need you. I've got my own money. I've got my own car. I've got all this kind of stuff. That's red flags for a lot of men. A lot of men are just going to look at you and be like, you're a lot of trouble. Because you probably think to yourself, because you have money, which men really don't care about too often, and because you think you look good or you spend time on beautifying yourself and all that stuff, that means something. A guy doesn't necessarily care if a woman has loads of money, because when you think about it, if you start having children, all that kind of stuff, you're most likely going to be at home. So the money, men aren't necessarily banking on a female having a lot of money. Number two, you think you look good or you think you're spending time on all this different kind of stuff. Men, like I said already, if you're an attractive woman, that's like the icing on the cake. That's not the cake. The cake are the intangibles that can help us make a decision to build long term. This is what a lot of women don't get. But the moment you start understanding this as a female, you will start to get into relationships, potential long-term relationships, marriage, because you start to understand that this guy wants to build something. He's not here focused on just taking care of you as one part of this equation. He's thinking, well, look, what are we going to build together which is going to be great? And are we going to be able to build this without you getting in the way and trying to sabotage all this stuff for whatever reason? Let's keep going. But we've already seen some of the clear issues with this particular scenario. She's going to stay
Taking in
single.
consideration, I'm just saying, when a man comes to you, don't they supposed to like make your life easier, make you take a deep breath? So I'm saying, if I date a man and he thinks just taking me out to dinner or maybe taking me to a concert or something, I do all that stuff myself. I treat Dana very well. Like I was a single parent, so it took me a minute to get to financially where I can really, really enjoy life. And so now that I'm able, my children are grown, I try to, do what I want to do on my own terms. So when I meet a man, it's not about like paying bills or anything, but like no roses, no flowers, no, here's a little gift here or there. I have locks, so my maintenance is only once a month. Lashes every 2 weeks, nails, once a month, things like that. Massages, I try to go get a massage at least, once a week, at least once every other week, things like that. So I have a very structured life when it comes down to me taking care of myself.
Are you seeing the problem, guys? I didn't do this, but imagine counting how many times this lady said, me, I. And think back to what I said previously. Men, good men, are looking for a partnership to build something. When you're building something, it's not about I, and me. It's about teamwork. So all we're hearing from this lady is me, I. That's all we're hearing. We haven't heard anything that, and when she said me and I, have we ever heard her say anything about what she's going to do for the guy? The stuff that she said she's going to do for the guy was all stuff for her. I'm making sure that I look good for him. No, you're making sure you look good for yourself. You just want him to notice it. There's a difference. I'm not doing any of this stuff that he may appreciate for him. This goes back to the point her friend said. Her friend knows her. Her friend sounds like a good friend, that she's telling her the truth. Listen, don't present yourself when you are meeting a man as if you have everything that you need. You've got everything you need. You just want this extra stuff. So this is even worse, because you want a man who gives you this extra stuff that you want, but there's no talk. And I guess because in her mind she's like, well, I've got a child, I've raised a child, that part is done. No, men always are thinking about partnership. Even when you get older, it's like, okay, cool. How are we going to work as a team together? Not this I, me stuff. So when you think about, and we'll listen to a bit more in a moment, right? The red flags are glaring, guys. When you think about it from a relationship perspective, right? Think about what the Bible says about a man. A man is supposed to love his wife and, like Christ loved the church, and be willing to lay down his life for her. Do you think a man wants to love a woman and be willing to lay down his life for a woman who is selfish? No. That's just like, it doesn't make sense. A guy is going to gravitate more towards a woman who is in service to him the way he's in service to her. I'm willing to die for you. I'm going to lay down my life to protect you, to keep you safe, and to give you the best life possible. But buy me roses, buy me this, buy me that. Like, no, it's not gonna work.
So I'm just saying, if the life that I'm living is
And
good independently as a single woman, and you come into my life,
my life,
what are you going to do for me to make me take a
me,
deep breath and say, okay, you know what?
me,
I can trust
I,
me with this
me.
man. And she was like, well, and I was like, why? I don't understand, because she was trying to explain to me that because I don't appear needy, that may be the reason why men tend to not pour into me, and I just don't. I don't. I don't understand that. So you want me to not be able to pay my bills, not be able to take care of myself, and to come to you begging and telling you I need this, I need that. I'm not understanding. That's not who I.
Her friend has given her so much game. And because she's so independent, because she's so me-minded, she doesn't see it. You heard her say she don't understand, right? Men view themselves from a very young age as the hero. The hero. So you know what a smart, wise woman does? She helps him be the hero. Not belittle him and make him feel small or feel like he's not a hero or he can't do anything. Like, no. Men don't view themselves and are not built innately to be like some sideshow. That's not, men are leaders. So men lead. So really what a woman is supposed to do is to motivate and inspire the man that she has, her husband, to lead to the best of his ability. So you can see it, the writing is all over the wall with this woman. Women like this will stay single until they're old and decrepit because they won't use the wisdom that God gives them to make the right decisions. Like, I'm telling you, and this is what's so fascinating. Her friend, guys, is giving her the juice, but she doesn't want it. It's not about, oh, do I want that? Does he want you to come begging for money? No, she's thinking so small-minded here. Because she's not thinking about partnership and building. It's all small-minded stuff. Oh, pay my bills. No, he wants to build something. So it's beyond the bills. It's beyond all this stuff. What about building a successful business? Which if you let him lead you, maybe you wouldn't have to be a nurse anymore. You could stay home and you could actually enjoy life on a greater level than going to a job that you probably hate, but you only do it because it helps you have this sort of lifestyle. A woman like this is only thinking on a ground level. A good man that will most likely never go anywhere near a woman like this is thinking on a grand scale level, and he needs a partner. He doesn't need someone who's just so focused on the here and now, is not focused on future generations, building a legacy. A good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. This is why she's going to stay single. And like I said, till she's old and decrepit, unless she changes. I pray for women like this to change. Guys, listen, we could watch this more and more, but you definitely get the message. Don't forget to like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, don't forget to react righteously. God bless.